For the legendary coach and co-founder of the Bengals, here's a good look at Paul Brown Stadium on the riverfront in Cincinnati. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Minnesota Vikings and the Cincinnati Bengals. Two one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be led out by the Red Rifle. From TCU, it's Andy Dalton.
I think his task in this game is really simple. Eliminate the turnovers. He threw 2 interceptions last week. I can't believe I led with that because he had 3 touchdown passes. So there's a lot of good that he did. But he's got to take care of the ball better. The ball has to go to guys wearing the jerseys that they're wearing this week, not the opposition. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now. 3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Rashard Higgins, 76 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Now Mahomes on the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one. You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Okay, just like that. Just like that.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
Partner, I think that play echoed a short yardage run. I know they're backed against their own goal line, but when they stack the defensive line like that, if you find any type of a crease, you're up to the 3rd level before you know it.
They'll get this out wide to Boyd. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. From the 16, Dalton. And this will complete to Will Fuller. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll wind up with 3 yards out of that, and it's 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Open man is Higgins. But he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 35. Dalton going to break the huddle, come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early. But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
He completes it to Boyd. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Well, if you're going to pass on 3rd and 1, you better get a first down if you complete it. They completed it, but no gain.
The aiming point has to be beyond the first down marker where you throw the ball. 3rd and 1, you can't have anything that's even close to the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you run the risk of what we just saw there, not getting the first down.
Well, they started that drive all the way back at the 1, able to march down, get 3.
It was daunting to begin with, wasn't it? But I thought overall, a very poised and efficient drive to get 3 points.
And now out comes Minnesota. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
10-0 to score after 1 on EA Sports. They go play fake. Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And an alley to run. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
I like his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Williams. And room there to work it inside the 25. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. From the 24, Mahomes. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. They come up in an offset eye. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Williams. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Watch out, watch out, watch out.
They'll try to run it in. It's Williams. Well, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Okay, so you just took the big loss. Now what are you doing on 4th down?
No, we have a change of plans now is what we have because...
And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. As they are now on the board here in the 1st half. Extra point right down the middle. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. He finds his running back, Mixon. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot, and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon, and very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 40.
Sometimes the most effective routes are the ones that you run in the backyard. You probably ran them when you were 5 years old. How about a little curl there against zone? But the key to it is finding the open spots in the zone. How a linebacker or a defensive back will widen to give you space. Find that area and let your quarterback hit you.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 2 minutes remaining in the 1st half. 10-7, our score. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. On 2nd down and 4, Dalton, and he'll go down at the 28. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, that can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And Dalton to throw. This pass complete to Higgins. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Dalton. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Rashard Higgins. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. He's having a nice little 1st half here, partner.
And it's a 1st half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Jordan Lewis right there on the coverage. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Got his man. It's Williams. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Williams.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Darqueze Dennard. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to lose yardage. Not that it matters as the final seconds tick away. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. You sure you're ready for the 3rd quarter? Need to use a bathroom or anything? All right, cool. Let's go. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Williams. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They run it again with Williams. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. Now the ball comes loose, and the Vikings pick up the football. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. And a big turning point here in the second half, Charles, after that play.
All you're trying to do is change momentum, flip things around for your team. You're just trying to take the ball away. How about when you take it away and score? That really changes things.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Bengals getting set to go. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
It's just me and you.
They'll run with Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Dalton. This one hauled in by Sample. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it. And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and now it's 3rd down. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. He finds his target, Fuller, and all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. To to throw on third down. Dalton. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Andy Dalton with his third touchdown pass of the game. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Again, it's Williams. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. Mahomes now on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now here's Mahomes. It's complete to Diggs. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 40.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And Diggs has it. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He'll find Diggs once more on the completion. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And again, it's Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. They'll keep it on the ground. Walter. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Vikings have once again taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. Andy Dalton now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Dalton now, the pass. He gets this one to Boyd. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing, Dalton, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
A gain of 3, second down. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
From the 41, Mahomes. That's complete. It's Damian Willis. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 29-yard line. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a first down in field goal range already. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Back to throw, Mahomes. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a 1-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Dalton and the offense now. Down by 6. Just over a minute, 40 to play. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. That'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Dalton on the draw to Mixon. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
So another big shot dodged there defensively. Now they're just one more incompletion away from salting away this victory, and I know this feeling. They're almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake and throw it all away.
He's going to let it fly. And got his man complete. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Back to throw.
Oh, that's a big pickup right there. That play might have saved them. Now they got to get up to the line of scrimmage quick. They've got to spike it.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Dumps it off to Mixon. 7 yards on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Dalton saying, let's get going here, guys, as he rallies them to get set. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So now Dalton. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. He'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. Well, no doubt an electrifying finish to have it down inside the 10-yard line. That final shot, though, they couldn't get it in the end zone, and that's all she wrote.
And they had the final